I am Johnny B, and welcome back to McKinney ISD Sports Talk. And it was a great week of football, the Crosstown Showdown. We've talked to Jeff Smith. Let's talk to the other half of the Crosstown Showdown from McKinney North, Coach Mike Fecci. And Coach, before we even talk X's and O's, it was just a great atmosphere for the Crosstown Showdown.
It was exactly what we hoped it'd be. You know, both sides jam-packed and early. People were there early. People were cheering. People were getting after it. It was a lot of fun. It was a great atmosphere.
Come out in this game, get a score, and then really the Lions really kind of dominated the point of attack and go into the locker room with a 10-7 lead, kind of where they wanted to be to slow your offense down and keep it off the field.
They did. They did a great job. They really did. We knew they'd have a good plan, and they did. We knew their kids would play hard, and they did. We were a little flat coming out, and we didn't block very well and tackle very well in the first half, and you know, took a little bit of a halftime adjustment, you know, on our part to get that hopefully going the right way. But you know, they were every bit as good as we knew they'd be, and you know, you see that all over tape anytime you watch McKinney High. They're very, very well coached. I said this all week. Very well coached. They play very, very hard, and their kids are tough, and they were, and we were lucky to get out of there with a win.
What did you say to the kids at halftime about coming out in the second half?
Basically that they better get going or they were going to lose. I mean, but real simple. Wasn't any, you know, revolutionary, you know, great speech. It was you better stink and start playing with some emotion, or they're going to beat you because now you're in a dogfight. And you know, to come out and we got to stop 3 and out to start second half, and then to go score, that was giant. For us to get some momentum going and for us to keep pushing for that thing. But again, hats off to them. They did a great job.
That second half, it was kind of like a heavyweight fight still, going back and forth. Play that really sprung things is when, you know, it's almost saying vintage Ronald Jones.
Right.
And I think we've seen it so much that it's not doing him justice because he gets through a crease this big. But that was really the one that kind of pushed it forward.
That was huge. You know, we right prior to that, you know, they have a 4th and 3. Down inside the red zone that we stop him on. And then for him to come out, we stop him on 4th and 3. We get the momentum. He comes out and scores right then. That was giant. That was giant. But then credit to them. They get the ball and they come right back down. They, you know, and they do their deal. But, yeah, that was huge. It was a huge run. It was you know, it's the obvious blatant turning point of the game. There were some other things that happened that helped us get to that point. But it was a big run, and we needed it.
Beginning of the season when you made the decision to move Nick from the defensive side of the ball into QB, 10 of 14, 181, 1 TD. More importantly, he's a dual threat. 12 rushes, 73, and down the stretch, you stuck the ball in your senior quarterback's hand.
You know, that last drive going in, we put the ball in his hands, you know, because he's a gamer and he's a winner. And we knew we could, you know, hopefully move the ball, control the clock, you know, and we were able to drive down and punch one in there at the very end, you know, which was a big score for us to kind of make it to a 2-score game. But, yeah, he did a great job. Again, he played within the scheme. He did the things he needed to do to give us a chance to win, and that's all you can ask of a kid.
Crosstown Showdown, let's take a look at the North highlights from this Friday night at Ron Poe. Here you are starting with the ball. This is a great throw.
Yeah, he got Curvin gets behind him there, and we're able to get up top and get a big touchdown there. That was a good throw, good read, good route.
Your wide receivers have played very well. I mean, Gabe, 4 balls, 67 yards, Curvin, the big touchdown.
Yeah, this is a little out of order. That's the interception to end the game, actually. But, yeah, the receivers played really well again. You know, we had some issues with logistical issues early with getting lined up a little bit and missing some signals. Good play by Matabuke right there.
How fast can that kid get off the ball?
He's as fast as I've ever been around. There's no doubt. He's a very, very good player. You know, and these are just some of our highlights. You know, you watch some of theirs. Those backs, that we'd hit them and they'd get 4 or 5 more yards every time, and that was tough. So, again, this is a good read, good throw by him out there to Gabe. And, you know, if he can just get out of that tackle right there, you know, good job by them getting him dropped right there.
Here you are on defense.
Yeah, good play by Parrish, inside out. You know, he played really well at times. They got behind him a couple times for some big plays, but all in all, he played really. He's got a tough assignment out there. You know, he's playing that guy, but he's also playing the run. That's a tough gig.
Here you're on offense again.
Yeah, I believe this is another big throw and catch out here to Brendan Harris. Brendan does, you know, Jomar gets a good block there, and Brendan gets good 20 or 24-yard gain right there.
That's one of the things I know your wide receivers, tight ends all take pride in. They're going to block.
Yeah, they're going to block, and then it sets up things like this where Jomar's able to slip out there. You know, he looks like he's going to block, and then he slips up the side. But, yeah, they're going to block. That's the thing, is if you don't block in our offense, you won't play. It's a good, tough run here by Ronald. Decent movement up front over there by Gage Thomason. Ronald puts this one in.
it gave you a little bit of momentum, getting back in the game, and then, getting that big stop and then coming out. And
Right.
this is just a great fake and a great throw.
Great throw and great catch in traffic. He catches that ball a lot, and he knows he's going to get hammered when he catches it, and he still does a really good job. Constantine does of finding that thing. This is another good throw. Again, once the ball in the middle, know you're going to get hit when you catch it, but he hangs on to it and does a good job.
Nick is doing a great job of seeing the field. Wouldn't
He
you
is.
agree?
He's doing a really good job of seeing stuff. This is that big fourth down stop for us right there. Big play by Bryce Ballas to get a fourth down stop, and then, of course, like I was saying ago, here's the very next play, run little counter, and once he hits the seam, then he turns it on right there. A lot of people ask me how he felt because he limps it in here at the end. I just said, well, rewind it. He wasn't limping the first 20 yards of that thing. But no, he was, and this is the last touchdown by Hutchins. Good movement up front on the right side with Perry Radway and those guys, and Joe Marr double teaming right there, and then Nick just becomes Nick right there. But Ronald had a good night. Our offensive line played well in the second half, and we made stops when we needed to. This is a big sack at the end by Matabuke. That was a big play for us. Again, we had to fight and scratch and claw and work for everything we got. It was a big win for us.
It gives you a little separation. You're 3-1,
Right.
but you'll be home Friday night against Denison. Denison's kind of one of those teams you really can't kind of put a stamp on. But you know one thing about the Denison kids, they're going to come and they're going to play hard.
They are going to play hard. They are going to play very, very hard. You're exactly right. You hit the nail right on the head. You watch them on tape, and boy, there's nights they look like the best team you've seen all year, and there's other nights they have some issues with different things. So you don't really know which team you're going to get. I do know this. They're in a similar situation as 4 other teams in this district are in. It's a weird breakdown. You got Wiley at 4-0, us at 3-1, Lovejoy at 3-1, Wiley East at 2-2, and then the other 4 teams, Sherman, McKinney High, Denison, and Prosper are all sitting at 1-3. So nobody's out of it yet. Nobody's in yet. And those 4 teams right there, they're all in must-win situations. That's what Denison's in. They're in a must-win. So, we're treating this like a playoff game. They got to come up here or come down here to McKinney and play us. It's going to be a huge challenge. We got to have a great week of practice. I heard Jeff saying, because I got here, getting back into the normalcy of a week will be great for our kids, and hopefully that'll help us kind of get back on track and come out with their hair on fire, ready to play.
Mike Fecci, great crosstown showdown, big win. Good luck this Friday.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, coming up next on McKinney ISD Sports Talk, we'll talk to Don Drake of the McKinney Boyd Broncos.